Hello, I'm Kristen Oaks-White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Without an El Nino or La Nina this year, Louisiana seems to have returned to its regular rainy patterns. With tropical moisture added to the picture, some areas have gotten almost daily rains. As
Twilight's Neil Melancon tells us, while that's been good for grass and livestock pastures, it's made it hard to get hay cut for the coming winter.
2 years ago, John Thompson's ranch was dried up to the point where fish in his ponds were dying. These days, he says the grass is up to his ears, but the wet weather in Louisiana is causing another problem.
Pastures are good. The problem is we can't get any hay cut. You know, when it rains every 3 days or when it rains every day, you've got to have about 3 days for the soil or for the ground to dry up so you can cut the hay so your hay won't mold, and then you got to fluff it. You know, so you run into it's a catch-22 deal, you know. You watch what you wish for.
Hay is not just winter feed for cattle, but a good source of supplemental income for Louisiana's producers who often ship their hay out of state. That's important even though the markets are high. In fact, despite the record high prices for livestock, producers are getting squeezed on the margins, as rancher Marty Wooldridge explains.
What we're seeing on our side is when I was taking an $800 or $1,000 calf, I could put $500 in that calf. It would turn into a $2,000 calf for us off the farm. Now we're having to take a $2,000, $2,100 calf. He needs $600 or $700 worth of feed. He now has also that debt load for me has 7.5% or 8% interest on it, and we're trying to sell that calf for a $3,000 calf. It's shrinking. I see that we're getting point that we're going to be just passing dollars through our hands. We're treading water.
Wooldridge says his concern is he's seeing a lot of especially older producers get out of the business right now.
Talked to a producer here at convention this week, said, man, I was turning 69. I sold it all. And he said when he sold it, he sold the equipment to go with it. He said because he wanted to make sure he didn't try to go back in. But he said at these prices, there's no use in him staying at this point.
Margins and weather aside, there's another dark cloud on the horizon. Efforts are underway to stop the New World screwworm from reaching America, where the cost to livestock would be in the billions.
The best way to put it is right now without having the fly here. We see benefits to the producers directly nationwide of about $1 billion. And then economically nationwide for everybody about, I think it was 3.7, but over 3 billion benefits from not having the fly here. So if we take that into perspective and think about what would happen if the fly comes, not only do we lose those benefits, but then we're going to have a lot of costs associated with trying to eradicate it, a lot of costs associated with decreased production of our livestock, death loss in our livestock, all of those things.
Fortunately for livestock producers, the cost of feed is low right now and consumer demand for beef remains high. However, in order for that appetite to be fed, we'll still need ranchers and cattle in the future. Reporting for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Neil Melancon.
Along with record high prices for livestock, beef prices have gone up along with them, with ground beef exceeding $6 per pound for the first time.